Right, so to take ourselves back to the dashboard, we click on up here and then click exit. And a new function of Elementor is that we can define where we go at that point. I would always click dashboard. So when we click exit in the future, it would take us there. Okay, so back at the dashboard, we are going to go to pages and all pages. And you see here we have about, and because we haven't yet edited it with Elementor as we have this one, we need to go to edit. So click on edit and then this big blue button up here, we simply click. Right, so you now know how to add a section and we could do that. We could add a section and 2 columns, and we could grab a heading and then we would grab some text, and we know over here we probably want an image of Rebecca, and we'll simply just plonk her image there, and that's really nice. We could grab the column and what am I doing? There we go, vertical align. We can throw that to the middle, and we can go more in depth with some information about Rebecca. And then once we reach the bottom of that, we might want to have more of a paragraph or something similar. Now that's great. You saw how quick, how short a period of time it took to do that. I will quickly show you though how you can minimize a bit of workflow, because that's what we're here to do. Learn how to build quick, awesome websites from the ground up and with decent workflows. So I'm just opening up the page that we were just using and editing and creating. And obviously this is a good layout for the about page. It makes sense that we would build upon this. It's certainly a good idea to do something once and try to reuse it. So we can actually right click on this section and copy. And because we're still within that same website, where am I? We're going to go back to the page that we are newly editing, the about page, and we're just going to right click and paste. And there we go. We've already built half of our about page. Now, of course, we have no more need for this button here. So we're going to delete that, or certainly we could delete it. But perhaps that would be something we could use later on. So maybe, yes, we'll leave that for a while. Now, we've got a bit more to say about Rebecca here. So we're going to double the paragraphs, and obviously this would be where you have more content. So you need to write something there, not just lorem ipsum. And it might be that you want to really go more in depth about her story. So we need to think about how little people want to read when they're looking at a website. And you probably know this. Attention span is very, very short. And so you need to keep everything quite short and sweet. So some tips for this is that you actually want to break down almost sentence by sentence some nice white space. So this is attention grabbing, and so we have very short, choppy, to the point and succinct statements. That looks much more readable than those 2 paragraphs that we just had. Another important factor when you're designing a page that has more information on it is to use headings. Now, the text editor is really good for this. We know that we could have a text editor and then add another heading. And so we go there, and we add a heading. We make it a smaller one because of heading hierarchy. Look into that. And then we could add another text editor. That's fantastic. But this text editor here actually works a bit more like a word processor. So we could have spacing up here, how I started, and then we select here heading, and let's do it a heading 4, and then we might have something like here, my mission in yoga, and then close that. Let's go down to this. My mission in yoga, and then we have heading. Well, that's a bit glitchy, isn't it? We don't want that, so we just need to whack a bit of a space there while we do that. Heading 4, and we do need to bring this up. There we go. That looks consistent. That's quite lovely. Another thing that we can do is select on the text editor, and if we go to columns here, we go to 2. And so it won't always be that the heading is at the top, but certainly when you have a bigger body of text, say on a section down here, it's really good to break it into columns. We know that that's more readable. So just a few tips there on what functionality you can use in Elementor to get the most out of your text areas there. This is how that would look as an entire page. It's a bit cramped like this, but you know, that's not bad at all. Okay, so let's finish this up. I think we're going to copy this and then paste one down here. My classes and my 1-to-1 sessions. Okay, so that looks pretty nice. Shall we change that? Yes, and then we're going to take this one and we're going to use that vertical align middle. So quite opposite to before, we're actually aligning the picture to the text. And I think I want to make that one, we're going to override the default settings and just bring a bit of color into that one. And so we're going to pink. No, I'm going to go with that. I think that looks nice. Well, you think so too? Well done, boys. Right, okay, that's pretty cool. We've got a style, we've got a background color there. No, we haven't. Yes, we have. We need to bring that to a default white. Okay, so let's have a little look at this. Your instructor, how I started, my mission in yoga, and then we have a bit more information there. So we want to make this a bit of a different color. So again, pop along. I think we'll stick with what we've had consistently, really, which is, oh, I've gone on to the, yep, okay, I need to full width that, don't I? There we go, full width, and we haven't used that color before. I just want a subtle change. Is it the 7 that we were using? And then bring in some padding. Okay, so that's looking quite nice and simple. I like that. I now wish I had need for the button here. So I'm going to pop along to our other page and simply, I think this is the one I'd like to use. So I'll copy that, come on back, and we're going to paste it here. Now, ordinarily, when we're creating a website that has different and separate services pages, it might be good to have find out more here so that we can get location, and each of these would have a find out more button, but I'm going to leave it like this because we're actually creating a site with just one services page. Okay, so taking a look at this website page, it looks pretty lovely. It's clean, it's tidy, it's got some clear text. The only thing I think I would perhaps do is bring the width in on all of this, and I think I would do that across the site, to be honest. So bring it at 850, and so if we look at that, it's just a bit neater, and I quite like it like that. Down here, I think that's okay, but I will bring that in also. So bringing the contact width, I'm just gonna do it by eye on this right now. That looks fair enough. Now, something you might have use for, in fact, you certainly would on most businesses, is something like a Google map. And so if we, I will quickly show you that. So if we go into open up another section and have a look at our elements, and we have a Google map element. So this is locked up, but we have this one right now with what we have on the website. And we simply have to do something like Plymouth Pavilion, no, Exeter Cathedral, that's local to me. Exeter Cathedral, or your business place. And look at that, we have a nice Google map, and it's so simple to set up. We're done already. So I've zoomed right on out there. Perhaps we want to take it to 15, something like that. That looks great, doesn't it? And I'll leave the height like that. We would require a heading. Do we have a heading that we can steal? Yes, let's take that one and paste it down here. Oh, what am I doing? I actually put it in the wrong place. I need to put it into this section and change the heading type, where you can find me. That will do. Obviously, you might want to choose your own sort of heading there. Now, the default for this is making it quite a heavy bold font weight, and I don't really actually want that. And so I could change that in the, or I should change that in my global settings, but I'm just going to bring it down to 500 there in the typography section. And so if we update that and we just take another little look at that, that's quite nice. It's very simple, but it does the job. What have we got there? That's where I accidentally put the heading, isn't it? Okay, so if we preview this page, so I've just opened it in another tab using the preview button down here, we can just see how it looks for everybody else, and that looks really nice and clean and tidy. What I will do is just bring this one back to white and bring the width in on that one. So pop along to style, and all that is already white. It just looked a bit darker for me. Let's change this one. I'm starting to fly around now because I think you're all doing quite well and you'll be able to make your own decisions on this. That's cool. We've got a bit of space there. So now I'm going to this section and I'm going to increase that padding. There we go. And bring in that content width. So just bring it in like that. Was it 780 or 720? I think it was 780. All right, so update. Go to that other tab. Let's go to the top and we'll just scroll down and marvel at the beauty of it. Your instructor, Rebecca, and a bit more relevant information. And then where you can find me. Absolutely fantastic information for an about page. And that didn't take too long at all. All right, cool. Hope you're as excited as I am about the power of Elementor there. And again, just keep playing around with it and you'll start to really get those workflows going. Okay, next we would like to create the services page.
Hey there, it's Chris here. Thanks for watching the video. Please do like and subscribe and share and comment if you haven't yet. And I'll see you in the next course video.